Hey guys, welcome to the CryptoMax channel. My name is Hari, and in this channel I am going to show you how to make the maximum out of cryptocurrencies in a safe and limited risk way. If this is the kind of content you have been looking for, whether you're a newbie or you're somewhat experienced, please go ahead and continue this journey with me. I will post regular videos, but do note that all this content is only for educational purposes and none of it is financial advice. Without further ado, let's go to the content of today. Today, we are going to talk about the price action of Bitcoin in the immediate short term. This is going to be suitable for traders, of course. I won't leave out the hodlers. Let's also look at the price action of Bitcoin in the long term. And finally, I have a secret strategy that I would like to show you guys, which I found in the charts. You can use this to predict the end of the bull run. Without further ado, let's go to the charts. So don't be worried about what you see in the charts here. I'm going to explain you each and everything. Now, the first thing is that we see that the price of Bitcoin is obviously going up. This is the daily chart. Let me quickly go to the 4 hours so that we can see what is going to happen in the short term. So we have this one now, and I will quickly change to the RSI indicator so that I wanted to show you something important later on. All right. All right. Now going to the full screen. So we know that we had a dump over the weekend, the Sunday, and seem to be still going down. But let me tell you that there is no real need to panic. Of course, from a technical standpoint, we see that we were having this falling wedge. Usually, a falling wedge pattern means that we will bounce above. It's a bullish pattern, but unfortunately, in this case, we broke below this strong support, which has been this 60,000, and since then we have been down. You can also see that this 200-day EMA is acting as a resistance at the moment, from which we broke down once again, and we are trying to break above. So what you need to know in the short term, we have a major support here at about the 51, 52,000 region, which is this green line. If you zoom out, you see that in the long term, this has acted as support and it's continuing to. So in the worst case scenario, we may come down and touch here in the short term. There is nothing to worry unless we broke below this. If we, and you also see that the RSI is one time in the oversold region, so we may be going up. So how do we know that we are back to bullishness? We have to break above this yellow line and this white line somehow to make a bullish confirmation so that we can continue to make higher highs, and then that shows that we are back to action and we can go to 70k and 80k and so on. This is in the short term. What do we have? What are the potential things that could happen in the long term? Let's go back to the daily and the weekly charts. No matter what happens, guys, do remember that Bitcoin is going to go up. There is so much institutional FOMO. This is just the whales trying to shake out weak hands. Just you need to hodl. Don't worry. You can see that in the daily charts, we have the 100-day moving average acting as which is going to act as a strong support if we were to come down here. Even if we broke down this region, potential support zone, I have drawn this because this is where the 21-day moving average on the weekly, which is one of the biggest supports. We have not visited here since September of last year. So it is probably, it could come here, but then if it ever came here, in this area, this is definitely the last stop in this bull run because we will have to go up after that. We see that a lot of institutions have bought in this price point, and the EMA 21 is definitely a strong support. That having said, why is the Bitcoin price going down? Apart from the whale dumping and the miners dumping probably and the FUD news from the USA, leaving all this out from a technical standpoint, guys, we have never come down to the EMA 21 ever since more than 6 months. This is generally not the case, and usually visiting EMA 21 is a very common thing in the technical analysis. It always happens once every few weeks on a weekly chart, once every few days on the daily chart. It always happens. So we have not done this yet, and it would make sense for this to happen. You should also notice here that if I draw an arrow here, you see the RSI is going down, whereas the price of Bitcoin is going up. This is what we call as the bearish divergence in technical analysis. Whenever there is bearish divergence, you may have, if you are a follower of the Moon's channel, he always uses bearish and bullish divergence in his technical analysis. A bearish divergence means that the price of the asset, in this case Bitcoin, is likely to go down, and once the RSI settles, then it starts to make higher highs once again, it goes up. This also supports the theory that we need to come back to visit the EMA 21 on the weekly. I'm not sure when exactly this might happen, but this is likely to happen in the weeks to come. And you can also see that around the 55-56% of the RSI is a nice resistance and support level. If you use this, then you can imagine that until this RSI comes down and touches here, we may come down. There's a potential, but do look at this as a high buying opportunity as a hodler, because in the long term, if you want to have a longer bull run, longer parabolic run, we need to have some corrections, guys. We cannot just simply straightly go up. If that ever happened, how much can you go? If you go from here, if let's say you went all the way up like this, you cannot turn back like that. It has to then come down. This is not healthy for price action. So definitely, if we ever came back down, there's nothing to worry. In fact, it will give us a much stronger and a higher pump, which could take us to probably 200 to $300,000 at the end of this bull run. In fact, when you look at the monthly candles, look at the, I will show you here on the monthly candles in a bull run. At least we need to come back and visit the EMA 8, guys. This green line that you see here. Oops, just a second. I'll show you. Yes, this green line, guys. Look at this one. This is very important. This green line is so far away from the current price. I am not saying that we are going to come down all the way to 38K. I'm not saying that, but you should notice I will open the Bitcoin USD chart from Bitstamp, which has the longest time frame. If you see in this chart, in the previous bull run, you have made 5 monthly green candles, and then there was a red candle. If you take the previous bull run, we have made here, guys, 6 monthly green candles, and then we did make 2 red candles. I'm not saying that we are going to see bearish action continuously through the month, but it would be good to be prepared for something like that. I would say probably from this month to next month, somewhere we may reach in this zone 48K region, and then if we bounce from there, it is going to be really healthy for the Bitcoin. So don't be scared of such corrections. But look at, zoom out, guys, zoom out. We have been at 10,000 in August, and we are reached 65,000, which is less than a year. We have done a 6.5x on Bitcoin. Then after that much of a pump, I wouldn't be surprised if we get like a 30-35% dump. It is actually healthy. In fact, as the last thing that I said, the secret strategy for exit. Look at this chart, guys. Nobody that I have followed in this cryptocurrency field has ever mentioned about this. None of the YouTube influencers that I follow have mentioned about this. In the first bull run in 2013, we have had two RSI peaks. The first one, and then there's a dip, and then there's a peak, and then we dumped. If I zoom out, if I zoom in, you can see that we made a peak, a bearish action on the monthly, and then we made another RSI peak. Very clear. The RSI value, it reached around about 93%, and then we dumped, and then we made an RSI about 93%, and then we went into the bear market. Okay, what happened in 2017? In 2017, once again, if you see, the RSI here was about 93%. It reached, and then we dumped. And then once again, we made a second peak at about 94, 95%. And then the bull market was over. Where are we now, guys? Look at it. Look at it carefully. We reached an RSI of about 91%. Maybe we continue to make an RSI higher than 92, but at least we reached very close to 92%. It seems like we are dumping. I would expect that sometime starting from now, in the next few months, we may make a red monthly candle, guys. I'm not sure how much we may come down, but I would not be surprised even if a 40% correction happens on Bitcoin. We will still be in the bull market, guys. And then after such a dump, we could have like three to four, we may have two monthly bearish candles or one at the minimum, and then from there we may have three to four bullish candles, and these bullish candles will be nothing compared to the previous ones. They are going to be huge, guys, huge. Look at the price appreciation since the bearish candle of the months and then the 3 months. We made roughly 333%. If I take it from the bottom, guys, look at this, guys, look at this. From the bottom of this, we have made 450% profit. So imagine the kind of profit you could make after this monthly correction. Bitcoin is going to go insanely parabolic, guys. If let's say we come back to 47K, okay, let's imagine we come back here, and then I draw for you from around 47K, we go up, we go up. Even if we just went up 200%, guys, it's not much. So let's go to 400% just like the last time. Wow, it's just going up, guys. This is insane. So about 450% like last time, we are reaching 250,000, and this is equivalent to predictions by many other influencers and famous celebrities in the crypto field, guys. This is most likely what you might see after this monthly correction. So don't be having weak hands. Don't worry about this kind of corrections. Just hodl along. We will definitely get there. And this is what I strongly believe. And at a point, keep looking at this RSI, guys. RSI at 14 close. Use this one. When we dip here, if we dip after reaching 92%, either this month we either go further up or we are going down, then the next month we may go up. And if this happen, guys, when we make a next peak at about 93 plus percent, it is probably time that you may want to take some profits out so that you can buy back when the bear market comes, guys. And look at this, guys. I'll show you. when we zoom out further, guys, in the first bull run, let me zoom maximize. In the first bull run, from the first RSI peak to the second, we had about 214 days, guys. The second bull run, we only had about 222 days, which means an average of about 160 to 180 days. I'm predicting for this bull run. If it starts sometime in May and goes all the way anywhere between, or if it is going to be this month, then anywhere between now and November. Some people say October, some people say September. I feel anywhere between September to October, guys. That's when I expect, or let's say even November, that's when I expect that this bull run is going to come to an end. And maybe then we should prepare for the bear market. Even in the bear market, nothing to worry, guys. As a trader, you can always make money also in the bear market. But nevertheless, for those hodlers who want to know when to take their profits from their gains, from their crypto gains. This is what I have to show. And this is something that I found last week in the charts, and I found nobody talking about this. And I noticed that now, just as I thought, the red candle is forming on the monthly. If we dip, guys, then you just have a few more months. So, yeah, definitely take care and stay tuned until next time. Thank you very much.